Today we'll be cooking Malabar style chicken biryani. You may want to pause here for the ingredients and the preparation methods. Today we're going to cook a very delicious chicken biryani, which is a very popular dish in South Asia, including India and Pakistan. Let's have a look at the ingredients. Biryani can be made with a variety of meats. Today I'm using chicken. I've got 2 cups of chicken that I have chopped into small pieces. To flavor the chicken, I've got 4 pieces of cloves, 5 pieces of cardamom, 1 star anise, 3 pieces of bay leaves, a pinch of cumin seeds, a pinch of fennel seeds, a pinch of mustard seeds. For the masala, we've got 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, 2 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 tablespoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of ginger powder. You can actually use ginger garlic paste as well. Now I have 1.5 onions that I've cut up, which I will fry. I have another onion which I've chopped up, which we will use for the chicken. In terms of herbs, we'll have 1 cup of mint, 1 cup of coriander leaves, half a cup of green onions, 1 tomato finely chopped. We'll need salt and pepper. We'll need some vegetable oil. We'll need yogurt to actually mellow the chicken, and we'll need about 1.5 cups of Basmati rice, which I have soaked and cleaned. So let's start cooking by frying the onions and to make into fried onions, and also we'll start up by frying the masala. Let's start. I have to mention that we will actually add 1 hard-boiled egg to actually accompany the biryani. This is quite standard, so I'll hard-boil this egg. My vegetable oil in a pan. We're not going to use that much oil, we're just using it to fry the onions. So I'm going to basically put my onions and fry it into golden brown, all of it. It'll take some time. We'll cook it in a slow flame until it becomes golden brown. And with the onions, I'm going to add a bit of salt as well. So my onions has been frying for a little while. It's starting to turn brown. So I'll just fry it a little while more until it becomes a little crisp, and then I'll drain it with some kitchen towels. So these are my onions that has been fried. So I'm going to drain them and then let it drain on a kitchen towel. Just we don't want that much of oil. I'm just going to let this drain, and then we can use this. So I'm heating up my larger pot for the biryani. I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We'll add a bit more oil afterwards. As the oil is heating up, we'll put in our spices. So all these spices will retain 2 pieces of bay leaves for the rice. Okay, we'll fry the spices. So once the spices are frying for a little while, once it starts crackling, okay, we'll go ahead and add our onions, which is finely chopped. We'll fry this and soften this. So once our onions are softened up, we'll go in and add our spices. So here I've got my turmeric, chili and coriander powder, all of it, as clean as we can get it. And we'll also add in the garlic, ginger powder and garam masala. We'll give it a stir and roast the spices for a little bit. So right now what we want to do is to add in our tomatoes. We need to sweat the tomatoes to basically wilt it down. So we'll add in our tomatoes. It will take about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, we just reduce it for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so our spices has been frying for a minute or so. Just give it a stir. So once the tomato has broken down, what we want to do is turn off the flame, okay, because now we're going to mix our chicken. Alright, so right now we are going to add in our chicken. So I've got like 2 cups of chicken here. I'm gonna add a bit of salt. So I think about a teaspoon and a half of salt. Because this is gonna salt the rice, so we need a bit more salt. We'll add in some black pepper as well. Okay, now we are going to mix the chicken. Okay, right now what we want to do is we're going to add in a little bit more oil, maybe another 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay, we are going to add in all our green herbs, mint, coriander and the green onions. Hope you can see it. Okay, I'm going to add in all of this. Now what I want to do is also to add in about 3 tablespoons of curd or yogurt. Okay, about 3 to 4 tablespoons. Okay, so I'm going to mix up everything again, the chicken and the herbs. Okay, so that looks actually quite good. So I'm going to leave this to marinate for an hour. In the meantime, I will start preparing my rice. So I'm heating up a pot of water. I'm going to add my rice inside to just semi-cook the rice. So what I'm going to do now is to start boiling the rice. We will boil the rice until it's almost 3/4 cooked. I've added the 2 bay leaves into the rice. We'll let this boil and then we'll come back. And we want to add about a tablespoon of salt to the rice. Not a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon of salt, so that at least the rice will have a little bit of a salty flavor. So our rice is slowly boiling at the moment. Right? We'll boil this until it's almost 75% cooked. So as my rice is boiling here in the background, if you can see, I'm just going to start up my chicken. I'm going to put in half of the onions. Okay, we'll just basically spread the onions out. So my rice is almost cooked. As you can see, I'm going to drain the water and then we'll layer the rice on top. We'll need a little bit of the water, so we're not doing 100% drain. So right now I'm going to add the rice as best as I can. A lot of recipes calls for some coloring that we can actually add after this. So let me just layer this as best as I can on top. Okay, so that's good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some of the onion oil on top of the rice just to flavor the rice. Next thing I want to do is just to do a very light sprinkling of salt. Okay, we don't want to over salt this, just very light salt. Okay, good enough. We'll close this and we'll turn on a small flame. So now the chicken will have heat from the bottom and heat from the top. I'm just going to zoom out. So the pot use a heavy metal pot, and the chicken will cook slowly from the bottom and also the top. So my biryani has been cooking about 20-25 minutes, and I've turned off the flame and let it sit for an extra 20 minutes. And I've added the food coloring on top of the rice. So now we want to dress it. So I've got my balanced fried onions, which I'm going to put on top. It gives it a very good crunchy flavor. Okay. And I'm going to add also, so I've got my boiled egg as well as my extra cilantro or coriander. So I'm going to basically just add my coriander leaves on top, just like this. The rice is hot, so it will wilt the leaves in a bit. We still have our shallot oil. Just going to sprinkle a light amount of oil on top, not too much. So I'm going to go dig into my biryani now. Got my scoop. And first thing we're going to do is to just mix up the different colored rice, so it becomes a nice mixture of colors. You can see the rice is perfectly cooked with beautiful colors and smell of fried onions. So our chicken below, fully cooked, very juicy. Okay, that's our biryani and our egg is here. So let me just take a portion of the chicken here. Okay, another piece of the chicken. Okay, we will take some rice. Wow, very nice. And our egg. And the rice. So there we have it. This is our chicken biryani. You can try the recipe and enjoy.